Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag-Saar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almeidrea plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute... That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balseph when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
I'm going in!
I can carve through armor!
Take this!
Radiant Air support! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Radiant
Listen!
More without
First strike!
Do it!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shia.
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Not on my watch! Where are you going?
Out of the way!
Thunder Field! Take my revenge! Astral energy! Full throttle! Dance in the wind! Take it!
We're not big! Its armor's too strong! Be my guest!
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Certainly. Not bad.
No complaints here. Got it.
Gotta break through!
Lightning condemned!
You picked the wrong fight!
Take this!
Water, hear my call!
In a bind?
These ones can run rings around us! Do it! Take that! Dopamine!
Light burst force!
Radiant Genesis!
Double demon fang! Carve through armor!
Annihilation! Lightning Orb! Do it! Purge Malevolence!
Remove!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Nicely done.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving. Out of our way!
Double demon fang!
Bring him down!
Confiscated! Will this help?
Double demon fang!
You can stand up to these things!
Might be one,
Eat this!
Eternal devastation!
Talon Hurricane! Mega Ray! This one's mine!
Eternal devastation!
Mega Ray!
Eat this!
I'll be leading this
Double
day!
demon fang! Eat this!
This one's mine!
Meanwhile, light burst force!
Radiant Genesis! Sighted! One more!
Take
Blah,
this!
blah, blah, blah. Radiant!
Do it! Double demon fang!
I'm ready for the next battle! Little help!
Take down their defenses! Flash shield!
More for this!
Double demon fang!
Back into the fray! Raging
You hear me now! Double demon fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all! Light and Arch Healing Circle!
Kaioyuwa.
Radiant Pierce! Shining Supernova!
Kaioyuwa.
Raging Cascade! Into the shadows! Take that! Magic Azam!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Get lost!
Double demon fang!
Light
This one's
Confiscate!
all mine! I'll smash you! Ha! Burn!
Light Astral Energy!
Double demon
They
fang!
really don't
Take
give up,
this!
Dopamine!
Light burst force!
Radiant Genesis!
Eternal devastation!
Lightning Orb! Flame of Thunder!
I'll handle it!
This one's mine!
Double demon fang! Can't get out of this! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops! Am I on a roller? What?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. An opponent like this should be easy.
Now you'll learn! Lightning Orb! You'll pay for what you did! Now! Frozen!
Hammer! Double demon fang!
Here's a healing arc! Sword!
Crush!
Lightning Condemned!
Eternal devastation!
Purge Malevolence!
Eternal devastation! Ignite!
Flame of Fury! Burning
Double demon fang!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Lightning Condemned!
Attack time!
Thunder Blaster! First strike! I'll run you through! Astral energy! Full throttle!
I need to be stronger.
Gone!
Take this!
You now!
Can't get out of this!
Talent hurricane! Healing circle! Light storm! Light astral!
I won't show you any mercy!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Sleep
Leave the charges to me! Denied!
Not today!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Double demon
If
fang!
it's in the sky, it's mine!
Eternal devastation!
Mine!
What did you do?
I lost myself in the heat of the moment.
Iron wall!
I could do
Freeze
this all day.
lancer!
Come quietly!
Healing circle! Cover the caster!
Eternal devastation!
I can carve through
Your
walls.
minute! Double demon fang!
I'll be saving this one!
I'm on it.
Shining supernova!
You're mine! I'll run you through!
Do it! Xeon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
There's always room for improvement.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
Break it
Field!
up! This one's tough!
Mega ray!
I'm on it!
Hit!
Double demon fang!
Annihilation! Mega ray!
Burn in hell! First strike!
Annihilation! Not in your dreams!
No further!
Ready to go!
Double demon!
Far enough! In here! Here's the evil! More for the stockpile! Freeze laser!
Too fast!
Lightning orb!
I'll trip it up.
More without getting off! Power Then here! Annihilation! Saving this way! Flame of fury! Burning! I'm ready! Lightning orb! More without getting Piercing
Double demon fang!
I never miss! Kitara frozen!
Hammer!
Glacial spear! Piercing
It's
evil!
on!
Talon hurricane! Freeze
Double demon fang!
Did you hear it now? Dance in the wind!
Burn!
Air thrust!
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zeugles the remnants usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt...
Ow!
I see one, eh?
Now or never.
Oh,
Now you see what I can do!
into the shadows!
I'll punch that gun out of your hand!
Astral energy! Full throttle! Oh, magic
Easter! You won't make a fool of me!
Mega Ray! Eternal Devastation! Freeze Lancer!
Eternal Devastation!
Get in the wind!
Cross back!
Feel! More bitter! I'm on it! Thunder
Eternal Devastation!
Ready and ready!
Do as I say!
Now you see what I can do!
I'll be your baby call!
Double Demon
It's
Fang!
in the sky, it's mine!
Take this! It's over! Double Demon Fang!
Eat this! Halloween!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Forgive you! I can handle it!
Eternal Devastation! Burn in hell!
Here, let me help! First aid!
Take
Duel of
this.
the arts! Far enough! Not in your dreams! Here I go!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for you, truly! Raging Cascade! That's my cue!
Shut him down! Here I come! You're finished!
I'm on!
You're mine!
Shattering the heat!
Double Demon Fang!
Demons descend!
Flashing bang! You managed to pull through.
No choice! Now you learn!
Dad!
Damn it! If only I'd been more careful. A showdown between blade and fist.
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll smash you!
Here I come!
Searing flame!
You're finished!
Kisara, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I'll bring you back from death!
Try harder! Now!
Leave the charge to me!
Where are you going?
In a vine?
Far enough!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
First strike!
Here I come!
Resuscitation!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Here's a healing arm! I still
You're
got this
finished!
fight.
Hold nothing back! You're mine! Crush! All mine!
Now I'm in trouble.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Break it!
Ha! Not today!
Do this all day.
You're mine! It's over! I owe you one!
Right!
Eternal Devastation! You're mine!
That's fun. I can carve through armor.
No escape!
Eat this!
Double Demon
I'll
Fang!
finish you here and now.
Here I come!
It's time.
I'm only getting
Can't
started.
get out of this.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Eat dirt!
Here's Mega Ray! I never miss!
You're on! Double Demon Fang!
I'll be saving this one!
Win!
Let me help. Can't heal you forever. Hear me! Flame of fury!
The enemy wields arts too.
You're being see about that!
Twin!
Freeze Lancer!
Severing wind!
Take
You're on! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all!
Leave the charges to me!
Double demon
I can carve through armor!
Here's evil here! Now!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
We can really make weapons with this?
That equipment... It should come in handy. Do you...
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
Go no further!
Now you'll learn! Ignite!
Thank you. Purge Malevolence!
No further!
You'll have no mercy!
Engage!
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
Lightning condemned! One more!
Eat this!
Powered
Double Demon Fang!
Searing
Take
Blast
it!
Shield!
Bang!
Not in your dreams! Lightning
Eternal
condemned!
devastation!
Glacial do it! Kitara frozen!
Hammer!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
focus!
Lost! Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Here I go!
Double demon fang!
This one's all mine! Mega Ray!
Eat
Take
that!
it!
Double demon fang! I'm on it!
Talon Hurricane!
I'll crush you!
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'll smash you!
Force Malevolence! Arcane Inferno! Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind! Air Thrust! I can't heal you forever! Lightning Flame! Do it! Sion! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
I won't be able to heal you for much longer.
Maybe we should head back?
It'll be a brief. Easy. Get in, get out.
Come on! Eternal devastation! Crash blast! Eternal devastation!
You think that shield will save you?
I see one, eh?
Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Here's a healing art!
Double demon
Raging
fang!
Cascade! Threat!
Here I come!
Handle!
You're finished!
Purge Malevolence!
Burn in hell!
Magic Advance!
Talon Storm! In a bind?
Do
It does it!
Damn it!
Eternal
Where are you going?
Smash you!
My shield!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Everyone hanging in there?
No choice! Double demon fang!
Searing Flame! Reload! Wasn't weak!
Crush!
Mega Ray!
Eternal devastation!
Gemini Aqua! Dance in the wind!
Double demon fang!
Denied!
You're mine! You're
Dance in
mine!
the wind! Air Thrust!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll zip it up.
Burn in hell!
Confiscated! Healing Circle!
Double demon
Do it, Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Hey! Little quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky! Get lost!
Double demon fang!
Now you see what I can do!
Into the shadow! Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind!
Try this!
Take this! No further! Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Here I
No
go!
care!
Double demon fang!
Do it! Sion! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
What's this thing?
No choice! Oh my lord! Eternal devastation! Burn in hell!
Flame of
Win!
Fury!
Denied!
I'm on it! We're not finished!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Water! Hear my
Fire in the
call!
hole! Strike!
I'll run you through the
Now! Here's Eve! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Barely a blip on our radar.
What's this thing?
my shield!
We're not finished!
Do it! Reverse!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here, let me help.
I'm on it!
Here's the thing!
Burn!
I'm on a roll now! Get to the way!
Double demon
Do it!
fang!
Sion, astral energy! Full throttle!
A comfortable win.
Look. It's like some solid equipment. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
way!
Eternal devastation! Try harder! My turn! Take this! No further!
It can hide itself?
It may damage!
Armor won't save you!
Infernal! Double demon fang! Do as I say! You're finished! You picked the wrong fight! You won't make a fool of me! Double demon fang! I'll run you through! Eternal devastation!
Healing art!
You're leaving us! First strike! Double demon fang!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing art! First aid!
Hold back, will ya?
Spear!
I'm on double demon fang!
The water's in
Smash you!
This I can't move!
I'll bring you back from death abyss!
That's where it does it!
I'll bring you back from death abyss!
I felt fine not too long ago.
Ready to go!
This should do it! Double demon fang!
I can do this all day.
Can't be
You'll pay for that!
Saving this one.
Whatever.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Double demon fang! This one's all mine!
Supernova!
You picked the wrong fighter!
Ready to go! Oh, that's you! It's over! I'm
Double
on
demon
the
fang!
Raging
Severing
Cascade!
wind!
I feel you all!
Mirage!
Here!
On your knees! Wind!
More for the Healing circle! Light astral
Double demon fang!
We're on a roll now!
All good. That's freaking does it!
Severing wind!
Anything in order is all mine!
Inferno turret! Double demon fang! Wind!
Sleep now!
Mirage!
Crumble!
Severing wind!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Freaking does
You picked the wrong fight!
Here, let me help!
Prepare to be seized!
Lightning orb!
In a bind?
Photon turn!
Banana!
Octane
Double
water
demon
flow!
fang!
Hear my call! In here! Whoa! You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
I'll heal the wall! Healing circle!
That's
Just what the doctor ordered!
Severing wind!
Got you! I'm only getting your heels! Here! Will this help?
Severing wind!
eat this!
Healing circle!
Order won't save you!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Raging Cascade! Annihilation!
Severing wind! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
That took more energy than I expected.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be? This the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
We've reached our destination.
I think Huro senses an owl around here.
Everything's going pretty well so far.
Good food is the best.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as Lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Stay sharp. We're going in.
Ow! Bring him down! Ignite! Blow away! To be sealed! Fire in a bind!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cycla!
Eat
this! Mirage!
Photon
Double
radio
Demon Blast!
machine! I never miss!
We did it!
Spread!
Double Demon Blast!
By the power of water!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Hi, Hoodle!
Double Demon Fang! I see what happened!
Here! Lightning orb! Lightning attack!
Not today!
Do it! Lock! Demon's descent!
Flashing Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Sleep now!
Its armor's too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest! Double Demon Fang!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Looks like we won.
Carve through armor!
Ready! Lightning stream!
Nothing gets by me! Far enough!
Do it! Healing arm! This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash!
Here's a healing arm!
No further! Its armor's too strong! Split it open! Be my guest! Storm!
Here's evil! In here! Theon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
No choice! Double Demon Fang! Try harder!
I never miss! I'll shoot them out of the sky! Dance in the wind!
Severing
Here's a
wind!
healing arm! Air thrust!
First strike! Aim for the
Aim!
storm!
Stop!
Severing wind!
Lunar
Alright! Armor won't save you!
Mega ray!
Infernal strike!
Dance waterfall!
Double demon fang!
Dance in the wind!
Double demon fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Water! Here let's go! Hurt Malevolent! Arcane waterfall! Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
Eat dirt! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
First strike!
Now we're never.
Cascade!
Double demon fang!
Big blast! Hurt Malevolent! Arcane water! Here goes! Confiscated!
Take this!
Double demon fang!
First aid! Chinese supernova! Dance in the wind! Into the shadow!
Strike!
Be saving radiant here!
Double demon fang!
No,
You can't
I
rely on
won't give
yourself.
in! Don't be a martyr! You've got all
You
your
picked
friends.
the wrong fight!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hey! Anyone else think this might be a tough... It's too dangerous.
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
Out of our way!
Double demon fang! Engaging! You're mine! First strike!
Talon Storm! Radiant Raging Cascade! Here's
Try
evil!
harder!
Seal!
Double demon fang!
Freeze Lancer!
You're mine! Double demon fang!
Loud magic!
Double demon fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Mega Ray! Leave the sword! Far enough!
Strike!
Kitara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Raging Cascade!
Fire in the hole! Eat this!
Seal!
Do it!
I'll be saving this one!
Well then, let's... keep moving.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
If Almadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. Well, we've only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almadria.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Miennes. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Reload!
Anything in order is all
Radiant
mine!
Blast! Here!
Try harder! My
More
turn!
when that came from!
Double Demon Fang!
Here's Evo! More when that
Double Demon Fang!
Where are you going?
Eternal Devastation!
Chinese Supernova!
Crush!
Dance in the wind!
Eternal Devastation!
First aid! Hating this one! Eat this!
Eternal
I'm only getting
Devastation!
Reload!
This one's all mine!
Take away!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll be saving this one! My extra energy! Into the shadows!
Eternal Devastation!
Can't get out of this!
Eternal Devastation! You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
I'll smash you!
Healing circle! Here goes! Freeze Lancer! Annihilation! Mega Ray! Photon Blast!
Double Demon Fang!
What's not in your dreams? Hear my call!
I can handle it.
Double Demon Fang! Yes, on me!
Hear my call!
Double Demon Fang! Eternal Devastation!
Here's a healing art!
Crush!
Know your place.
I'm ready! This one's mine!
Ignite!
Damn you!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Dance in the wind!
No further!
I'll heal you all! Where that came from! Lightning Orb! Raging Cascade! Radiant Breath!
Now you see what I can do!
Magic Advance! Back into the fray! Freeze Lancer!
Eat this! I'll run you through!
Searing Flame! Reload!
Eternal Devastation!
Watson! Thunder Field! Mega Ray! Annihilate!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! I'll be saving this one! Burning
You'll pay for that! Double Demon Fang!
Not in your dreams! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Shining!
Brimming with hatred.
No further!
Dance in the wind!
Double Demon Fang!
Photon Blast!
Is this it?
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation! I'll heal you all! Here, let me... Better! First aid! Air thrust! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Ready to go!
Stay away from my... Friend! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Take this! In a bind?
This one's all mine! Double
Mega Ray! Raging Cascade! Here's a healing
This
art!
should do it!
Hurt
I owe you!
Arctic waterfall! In here! I'll be saving!
Double Demon Fang! Burn!
This one's mine!
Now you see what I can do!
Double Demon Fang!
I can do this all day! Stay away!
Radiant Here!
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning Hammer!
Be gone!
Hurricane! Here's a healing art!
Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Double Demon Fang! I'm on it! Double Demon Fang!
What's this? Dance in the wind!
They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her. And take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away! Can't get out of this! Eat this! Burning your back!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Lightning Orb! Freeze Blade!
Burn in hell!
Not ready! Not on my watch!
You will!
Dance in the wind!
Now you see what I can do!
In here!
Double Demon Fang!
More where that came from!
Double Demon Fang!
Bad.
Wits about you people.
Primed and ready!
Eternal Devastation!
Where are you going?
No escape!
More where that came from!
No escape! First strike!
Ready! Into
Lunar
the
Roundup!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall for impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, you're mine!
No further!
it to it! Double Demon Fang!
Thunderblade!
I'm not feeling so great.
I'll bring you back from death to here goes! Resuscitation! Purge Malevolent! Let's hear Arctic Warfare! Freeze Lancer! I'll bring you back from death to this! Resuscitation! Torn up! Here, let me help!
Not done
Raging
yet!
Blessing! Here I go!
Now or never.
It's over! Damn it! I'll bring you back from death to this!
Double Demon Fang!
No further.
I still have some fight left in me!
You're mine!
Lightning Orb! This one's mine! Raging Cascade! In here! This one's mine! I'll be famous this way! I'll bring you back from here!
This night! Can't move!
Not done yet! You're mine!
Right for me.
I'll bring you back from death to big! Resuscitation!
Leave the chargers to me.
Not done yet!
Reload!
Double Demon Fang!
I can carve through. Now I'm in the groove. I'm on. That's enough.
Take this!
Talent Storm. Time.
Pathetic!
Blow away.
Ready to go!
This one's all mine! Double Demon Fang! Try harder! My turn!
All right. That's way too early.
Not today!
Take care! Healing circle!
Double Demon Fang! Try harder! My turn! There!
You will suffer.
Double Demon Fang!
Still got some fight left in me. Let the marksman handle this. Got their field!
Her Master Core.
Not while I'm around, she isn't. I'll be saving this one.
Win!
Away!
Luna Rongo!
I can do it.
You're mine!
Ridwell.
I'll never forgive you.
What?
I'll take you down. You don't scare me.
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now.
You picked the wrong fight!
Not in your dreams.
Double Demon Fang! Win! Luna Rongo!
Raging
Eternal
Cascade.
Devastation! Take this! I'm not done!
Dance in the wind. Sleep now.
Will suffer.
Attack time.
More without
Take this.
Dance in the wind. Air thrust. Like astral energy.
In a bind.
Here goes. Radiant. Not on my watch. Here.
It's on!
Malevolent.
Burn!
Update. Hurricane.
Double Demon Fang!
Freeze Lancer. Healing circle in the wind.
Denied.
Air thrust. I'll end you. Astral energy.
Say no more.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in, and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to.
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganath Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori.
on me?
No. Aori. No!
Wait, please. Wait, I... What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Naori. Shion. Damn it.
Eternal devastation! Severing wind! Mirage! Wind! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! Double Demon Fang! Take this! You're finished! Try harder! My turn! Strike! Double Demon Fang! You're finished! Eternal devastation! Severing wind! Mirage! Try harder! My turn! This one's all mine! Eat dirt! Eternal devastation! Crush! Eternal devastation! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Crush! Double Demon Fang! Crush! Take this! This should do it! Eternal devastation! Double Demon Fang! It's on! Eat dirt! Double Demon Fang! Strike! Take this!
Rinwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm, remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Hootle senses an owl around here. Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Dahnans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Dahnan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shionne. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shionne said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shionne I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shionne? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imerys.
Imerys? As in Shionne Imerys?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tale of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Xion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Dahnans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside? That's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to... Get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the paint's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zuko policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. Bet that shell's hiding something tasty. I'm on.
Here's a raging cascade!
It's almost too strong.
Let it over!
Be my guest.
You're mine! Anything smelling to me. Yeah! And puddle it to me! Eat this! Radiant light! Regeneration! Double demon fang! Regenerate! Eat this!
Too much!
Raging cascade!
The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that!
You picked the wrong spot.
Ready to go! Double demon fang! Heal! Not my fight! I'm ready! Forgive me.
In an instant! Impact block!
From beyond, imbue to take this!
Sweet now!
No further!
More resistance confiscated!
Far enough!
Raging cascade!
Elusive deity! Begin!
All day!
I'm not done! Double demon fang! Resonate with the earth!
Eternal devastation!
Lightning orb! Where did that came from?
We did it! Mirage!
Elusive
Southern
deity!
wind! Eat dirt!
I'll face you! I
Lightning
can
orb!
carve through armor!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not. Xion's our friend.
Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, That might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay.
Why?
Ugh. Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
That food there looks pretty tasty.
Yep, we can fix that new recipe with it.
I eagerly await the final result.
We should... check the Owl Forest? I think Hootle senses an owl around here.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hootle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out. Hi, Hootle!
Double Demon Fang!
Here's your flow!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll be saving this one!
Storm! I'll take
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
It's over! Double Demon Fang!
Sleep now.
I'll be saving this one!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
I'll be saving this one! Purge malevolence! Undead waterfall! Howard Horn here! I'll be saving this one!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
It's on! Eat dirt! In try harder! Not again! Double Demon Fang! Crush!
Howard Horn!
Eternal Devastation! Inferno!
Do it!
Let's refrain from losing.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Ha! Okay, change of plans. Ha! All right, once more from the top.